All right, so I'm going to play some Tour 5 here. Just practicing for the touchdown tournament. It's Wednesday, so we have Wednesday's qualifying round. I'm already qualified in, so I'm just trying to get a little bit of play in, do my pin chest. See if we can get some action today. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. Maple Bay. Need to switch a couple clubs around in some of my bags. I carry I'd like to use my big topper, and I will use my big topper. My secondary club in there is a big dog. It'll work on this hole, especially with a low power ball. Now let's see if my opponent's trying to get over that rough patch up there, or if they're looks like they're trying to get over it. We'll see if they can make it through. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't. And I don't think you can get up from there. Maybe. Yeah, you can probably get up from there. Let's switch balls to a Marlin. Let's switch clubs to a big Tapa. All that topspin on it. Leave myself a little bit of room so I can maneuver the wind out. Looks good. 5-3. It's 2.1 per ring. So there's 2, 4, 5. It's about 2.5 rings. Puts me about a ring into power. Put that little bit of power back into it. Hitting it great to the right. 1 ring great to the right. I just try and weasel my way down there between those 2 sand traps as far as I can. The Marlin ball doesn't hurt you on the drive. Where it hurts you is on the second shot. So in tournament play, we want to bring a big power ball here to help us set this next shot up. This shot is super hard if you come here with a sniper and a Marlin. My shot of choice actually on that is a max overpower hook shot that gets me up to the green. My opponent does have a Nirvana and they're just a little short of where they'd really like to be. Let's see if they can get over. They might. They did. Nice shot. Nice shot, man. So I'm going to come out here so that I can engage my red line. And put all the side spin and a little bit of curl on it. Or excuse me, a little bit of backspin. I'm going to be in that line, 2 rings off the transitional surface. It's 2.1 miles per hour per ring, so that's about a 2 ring pool. That puts me about 3/4 of a ring into power. Max curl. Little teeny bit of power. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if I've got enough curl to bring me back around to the cup. And stay out of that rough. I needed 1 more backspin. 1 more backspin would have laid me up there right in front, and I'd had a short chip just like my opponent. Now I have to make a rough shot. Come on. Come on, dude. See if they can get in with their skewer. They should be able to easily get in from that distance. Although I think wind's going to play a factor. If they hit it great to the left, they might miss. But great to the right should be in the cup. Ooh. Oh, close. Let's see if I can get in and win. Just outright win. No shootout. Come on. Okay, from this distance. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of backspin, and I'm going to do this shot instead. I'm 6'3", so there's 4. There's 5, there's 6. And I hit it great to the left. And I just missed on the other side. We got it surrounded. We're playing Cowboys and Indians here. We've surrounded the cup. Can't hit those shots from that distance right there unless you leave yourself enough room on one side or the other. I probably could have made a perfect and a great to the right, but a great to the left's going to miss. It's about 50-50 for me. I leave distance on one side or the other, and about half the time I catch it on that side and I'm able to get it in. About half the time I hit it to the wrong side. All right, it's a draw. That's okay. We need these par threes from the tournament, so hopefully we can get one of the Sunshine Glades par threes. And we did not. I think I'm going to be in between clubs here. I really want to do the rough bump here. I'm practicing that shot. Normally, my normal way of going at it is coming up and starting off on the green side with a Guardian. And you can backspin, side spin, curl it, or not curl, backspin, side spin it up onto that hill and let it drop right back down to the cup. But I'm trying the rough bump out on this. I'm trying some of these par threes. I'm trying a different spot. It just puts another shot in the bag, and they're going to roll nicely down to the cup. Very nice. Nice shot, man. Let's see if we can get a little closer than that. Right into the cup. Let's see where my red lines are. Okay, I've got plenty of club here. It's 2.1 per ring. I'm at min club, so I'm going to count this as, I'm going to do a 3-ring pool, or excuse me, a 3 miles per hour per ring. So I'm going to do just a 2-ring pool. Hit 1 ring great to the right. I think my opponent beat me. Good game. That's definitely not the club you want to bring in a tournament and try and do that rough bump. You want to bring something a little more accurate, something you have a little bit better control over than that big dog. But getting it done. Can't believe I won that with a 433. Come on, dude. Now you're going to go back to the home screen, and you're going to look up there and see that you lost some coins, and then you're going to go right back and get in another match. Could have just replayed me. Win, lose, or draw. You really want to catch people who are good and go out and play against them. And if they beat you, they beat you. But try and see what they're doing. See how they're beating you. Are they beating you just because they're in the fairway and you were in the rough, or are they doing something that you don't know and you can learn something from them? But when the game originally came out, you could be 160 trophies and play against a max trophy player. If they went down to Tour 2 or Tour 3 and were practicing a hole or whatever they were doing, so you could go up against big boys. We got good tailwind here. I definitely want to practice this hole. I'm going to pull out the same exact ball I'm using in the tournament. See if my opponent can get over there. They're using a Kingmaker. It might be a Kingmaker, but Titans are the king of balls. The thing I don't like about over here is this spot coming into the green, there's a ton of little moguls and movement on the green, and it's difficult to get up from there. And take a present ball. Let's get over to the zone. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to put on my top spin. I've got three and a sliver of top spin. I'm going to move over, give myself 2 rings of separation. And I'm going to take out 2-5 win, which is just a little over a ring. It's about 1 1/4 rings. And max curl. Oh, and I hit it 700 rings. Great on the inside. That's going to clip the rough down here. It's not even going to get through it. I'm in the drink. What's funny on this hole is I have epic failed on this hole. I came out here with a power 4 ball in practice last week and tagged this hole. Every time I got on it, I was up there with a power 4 ball. I bring out a power 5 ball for the tournament to help myself out and give myself a little room, and I epic failed. I've epic failed 4 times now. Not good. This does not bode well. This is a hole that we have to pick up. You can see all the movement right there coming into the cup from that side, and it is just difficult to get your ball up there with all that movement. Let's try this one more time. Let's see if we can hit a shot 3 and a sliver. Put back just a titch. Come over and give myself a little bit of breathing room. 3-2, that's 1 1/2 rings. Max curl. Let's see if we can catch this perfect. And I hit it great to the left. I was anticipating. Anticipation. It's all about that curl. If you hit in the right spot, 3 curl and a sliver is a little too long. If you hit it in the wrong spot, 2 1/2 is not nearly enough. But it looks like 2 1/2 right there in that range is the right distance. I think I liked it better with the setup with the power 4 ball. Let's put some top spin on it. Let's run that sucker out there. Let's see how far we can get up. Let's get as close to me as possible. Wind will play a factor. Go right on the edge of the cup. So if it doesn't and I hit it perfect, I can still go in the cup. And I hit it great to the right. It looked like it was going to be perfect there for a second. When it paused in the lag. All right. That's how you lose on that hole. See, I get on the holes we're going to play in the tournament and I epic fail. I cannot have that happen in a tournament. I got to get that stuff out of my system. That's why I'm burning some power 5 balls on there, because I really want to get that stuff out of my system and hit that shot one time, so I feel like I can actually play this game. Now if we play 2 holes and I only have 1 spot on my pin chest, that must be a really epic fail. Several in a row. What have we played? I played like 3 games and I think I've won, or 2 games and won 1. Not good. All right, we have another one of the holes, and I'm trying to get up into this range up here so that I can use my short iron. And I am running out of power fast. I better plug in. Sitting here dinking around, and I had my cord right here. Should have plugged in a long time ago when it gave you the 15% warning. See if they can get up to the green. They'll have a long iron shot from over there, so just getting over and limping over like that is still beneficial because it will put you in your long iron. And I'm going to bring out a Titan, the king of balls. Put on about that much topspin. Go 2-5. That's a little over a ring, so there's 2-1, so it's a little over a ring. It's about somewhere in the 1 1/4 rings. And there's max curl. I'm going to put on some curl. Hit a 1 ring great to the right. I tried yesterday to come out, or Monday to come at it from the other side, where you come at it farther to the left and then bring it back to the right. And that shot doesn't work nearly as well as starting it off on the right and bringing it back to the left. And from where I hit out there, I probably could add the rest of that topspin on. My opponent's got a really nice, from that angle, really nice rough bump with their long iron. Really nice. Hit that 1 ring great to the left. That is no bueno. Where am I at in my club? There's min. There's max. There's mid. So I'm eking towards max. Max is 1.1 per ring. Mid is 1.9. When I'm in between like this, I usually play 1.5 per ring. So if it was 1.5 per ring, that'd leave me 1. That'd be a ring and 2/3. See if we can hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. Try and get it up in the cup. Just a bit outside. Didn't take out quite enough wind. If I'd have played the 1.1, I'd have been on the other side of the cup. So it's probably in like the 1.3, 1.4. I should have just did the one. I should have did the pull that I did and then added on 10%. And that would have put me right dead center. Close. Which hole is this? This is hole number, this is one of the par 5s. Which one is it? It's this one right here. Runner Saturn. That is the hole. I think we should add on. I'm going to play that again and see. I'll go back through. I've shot this a couple times. I did catch an Albie on this hole in practice, but this is definitely, for me, this is my best shot at Albie in tournament play. Make some notes there and move on. Nobody wants to replay. Very seldom, I do, but I very seldom ever get an opponent that initiates the replay. It's usually me initiating it, but would be nice here. I better open up 2 chests just in case I do get somebody that wants to replay me. I always got a spot. Trying to pick up some commons. Keep those common cards up there where you can every day participate in the prism chest. Playing your commons out every day. Getting your commons maxed out is huge. Hole 6, par 5. This is the same hole. Just the same hole we just played. This is the problem with, this is the problem with playing against where nobody wants to replay, is you keep getting the same holes over and over. I'm going to try max curl, or excuse me, max topspin. Not that far off from being able to just get over. I'm going against the headwind, so that's going to be detrimental. It's about a ring and a half. That's about a ring and a half into power. So max overpower, and once again, about half curl. Hitting it perfect. And we'll see how that topspin responds. Wow, I didn't even get over because of that headwind. That'll probably put me in my long iron range, or it'll put me in my max short iron. If I'm in my long iron range, I'm definitely doing the rough bump. I think if you get up there and you're really in your short iron range, and you can get into your minimum or mid, you can get into your mid short iron. You can get deeper down in there than I did on the last hole. The angle when you're in your short iron is not as good for the rough bump. It's more of a straight up shot, just going right at the cup. But if you're in your long iron out here, the angle that you have, you can do a very good rough bump here. You can lay up on this pad right here and you have the same shot with your wood. You can do a wood where you bounce over, or you can do the rough bump with your wood. A wood with great ball guide is better. My opponent is way short of where they want to be. And they brought a small ball. So let's see here. There's my long iron. So I'm in minimum long iron here. Do I have enough room to even do the rough bump? I do. I'm in minimum Saturn. Minimum Saturn is going to be somewhere in the 3.5 per ring range. So there's 7. That would be a 10% pull. So I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. And if I hit this great to the right, I'm going to end up in the fairway. And I hit it great to the right. I take a big risk of missing completely right there and ending up in the fairway. Normally, I would set that shot up a little bit more to the left, and I'd give myself a little bit of breathing room so I could hit it great to the left or the right and still catch the rough. It's close. Yep. Full rings of power, or what's it look like from the other side? I think, if these really counted, I think I'd bounce it over from that fairway, try and topspin myself up there as close as I can and give myself as short a pitch as possible. Or you can try and go over. They did good, as long as they stay out of the rough. Anything on the fairway or the green is a win in that type of shot. Give yourself a serious look at picking it, getting back on track. This tournament that we're in, where we've got these Sunshine Glades, the touchdown tournament. Those mid par fours, the mid par four and the second and the third par fours, I have got to get those worked out. The third par four is the duck hole, and I've either been here or 0 on that hole, and I've been 0 I don't know how many times. And the mid par four, I used to play it different, and I had a lot of success on that hole, and they took that shot out of play. I'm trying to get this new shot dialed in. Still having some issues. In the hole. Nice shot. Nice shot. Crowd goes wild. All right, we got one of the shootout holes that we're looking for. So a minimum club. Going right at it. Minimum club is 1.5 per ring, so there's 4.5. That's a 10% pull. I'm going to do minimum club and a 20% pull, so I'm going to do another quarter of a ring. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Just a bit outside. Not quite enough of a pull. I did 1.5 there, and I think I've hit 2 hole-in-ones on this hole this week, and I normally hit my sniper right in the 1.5 when it's in minimum, but I think I did a few holes where I was hitting it at mid club, which is 1.3, and then I added on 20%, and I made 2 hole-in-ones at that. So just saying, what I need is coffee. That is what I need. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I'm missing, and what I'm missing is some coffee. Mm-hmm. And power for my device. Let's see if I can get in the house before the shot comes to a stop. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, that was Sunshine Glade's hole 8, par 3. Let's see if they'll rematch us. Come on, dude. Making me walk all the way back to the conference center. Cycling through some comments. Overall, I think the club card trading is, as a player, is pretty awesome. It does give me the opportunity to get rid of those cards and to be able to work on my club cards every day. Getting 30 rares or 3 epics every day and something is huge. I think game-wise, though, it does make a huge separation between us and the people at the top. And I don't think anybody will ever be able to get past that class. Mm-hmm. The people that are up there at the top that have been playing for a long time have an awesome set of clubs, and it's just going to be really hard for anybody to get up there. All right, 0.9. It's 2.1 per ring, so that's about a half ring. Max curl, just a titch of overpower. Let's see if I can bounce over to the other side. Where out on the other side do you want to be? Anywhere out on the other side is fine. As long as it says fairway, you're good to go. I'm going to start playing better now. I got coffee. My opponent is in the sand. That is the way to go at this hole. So normally if you're playing it in a tournament, you would go right at it that way. Big dog, which way's the wind blowing? Can I work the wind out? I think I might have just enough room I can work the wind out. So it's 2.1 per ring, so it's 2 point right in that neighborhood. Let's see how short I am. I'm a half a ring short. So I'm going to put some curl, and then I'm going to slightly short shoot it. And hit great to the left. See if I can catch that rough. Just bleed up towards the hole. Not quite enough. When you get on these holes in one-on-one and you're bringing out lower powered stuff and you're practicing through your bags, this is the time to go out on these holes and bring out that bag that you only play in, your situational bag, and just go out there and play with it and get used to those clubs. What you'll find is like that big dog right there. I mean, you get into a shot like that, normally in a tournament, you'd have a certain club, or maybe your normal day-to-day bag has got a sniper in it or a guardian, and you get out there in a hole like that and you have to scramble a little bit because you have a big dog in your bag. Let's see if I can get in the cup. In the hole. Now let's see if we can get back to and plug this in before it dies. which would be decidedly bad. My opponent making their putt, getting their birdie, going to a shootout. I know a lot of people don't like shootouts. I really like. I don't mind shootouts. The deal is that don't be afraid of shootouts. And in this circumstance, it's perfect because this is one of the holes we're working on for the tournament. And once again, I've got a big dog coming in, but this time I've got wind a little bit. I'm at minimum club. I don't have very much ball guide, so I'm not sure how far that's going to roll out. So I'm not going to put a lot of topspin on it. I'm at minimum club. It's 1.5. It's 3. So it'd be about 3 per ring. So I'm going to go just a titch over 2 rings. And then I got to snap it. And I hit it great to the right. And that ball guide wasn't lying too much. One of my fears when I'm using a club like the Big Dog, because it has very limited ball guide, and you're doing a rough bump like that, you stretch that ball guide out there, and sometimes the ball guides, you're not getting a full picture because you don't have 4.2 ball guide. You got 2.8. You don't have 3.6. So sometimes it'll run out faster. It hits and then it like just jets past it. My opponent should easily be able to beat that. And they've got a Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper was like many clubs in the game. You saw that it was there, but it was an afterthought. It was a joke. But when they came out and they buffed the clubs, and then they came out with the club card trading and they added another level onto the clubs, some of these epics that were way out of reach before, or you just kind of discounted are awesome clubs. That Grim Reaper is a 100% backspin long iron, and it's more accurate at level 6 than a level 10 Saturn. So on those holes where you go to and you bring your Saturn because you need a long iron with backspin, you can now bring a more accurate 100% backspin club instead of the Saturn. So it has a place now, which is awesome. All right, we're half the pin chest, and how much time have we spent here? 33 minutes. I'll give you one bonus hole, or we can just play it all out. Which do you guys want me to do? I'll just play it out. And then you can watch the video if you want to watch it. Not watch it if you don't want to watch it. But hopefully I can get some of these Sunshine Glade holes so that we can at least get a look at them. And I'm going to switch clubs here, switch bags out. Just so that if I get those Sunshine Glade holes in the shootouts, I'm using better clubs. So I'm going to play with my rock bag. Hole number 1 in the touchdown tournament, there is a rough bump that you can do there. And this is the first time we've had that hole since we have had access to the club changes that were made. And the rock now can do the rough bump in rookie. So you have 100% accurate club coming up there on hole number 1 doing a rough bump. I know when people are looking at their clubs as far as like upgrading their clubs, everybody wants an APOC and everybody wants a Cataclysm and all of those clubs, Thor's Hammer. They want those clubs, but there are some of these rares that are like super good. If you get them up in higher level, maybe right dead center in the middle. Actually, I'm going to be 5 rings off. Be on my white ring, be way over there. It's 1.3. It's a 100% accurate club, so it's 1 per ring. Take the shot. Got everything beeping at me. Max curl. Hitting it great on the inside. One ring great to the left. So that shot setup there, 5 rings off like that. You've got 1 ring great to the left, and you've got 3 rings great to the right, and you're right down the middle of the fairway. You could scoot that out just a little bit and go like 5.5 rings, and then give you 2 rings great to the left, 2 rings great to the right. Perfect right down the middle. Max curl, no overpower, and you'll be down there in the middle every time. It's just a question then of topspin. So we got a serious shot of making this, though. If I remember correctly, I think we were doing a 10% wind adjustment on this. If I remember correctly. And there's a distinct possibility that I don't, but if I do. Okay, there's Min Club. There's Max. So we're right at mid. Mid's 1.9 per ring. Put just a little teeny bit of backspin on it just to whoa it up. Go right at the cup. It's 1.6. I'm going to add on 10%. That's going to make it 1.8. It's 1.9 per ring. So I'm going to do a 1 ring pull. Try and put it in the cup. Oh, and I hit it great to the right. My timing sucks today. My timing sucked yesterday. And that is 1 ring great to the right there. So that was the right adjustment, doing the 10%. Doing the 10%. If I catch the perfects, we could start sinking some shots. But that wouldn't be very democratic, so it's nice going to the shootouts since we're in practice. The whole deal is we want to get some time on these holes. I don't like to practice the par 3s during the tournament, so this is the opportunity to get some practice in on these par 3s. I don't like wasting hole-in-ones when I'm in the tournament. It just blows when you're in a shootout in a tournament hole and you get a hole-in-one on one of those par 3s. Razorbacks. All right. See where I'm at in my club. There's Min. So I'm right at minimum sniper. And that should be, it should be about 1.5, but I think it's been hitting about 1.3. I am way downhill, so I'm going to add on 10%. So that's going to make it a 4 ring pull. Try and get my wind lined up. 4 rings. Hitting it perfect. Finally hit it perfect. Not quite enough distance. That rough bump on this hole right here is probably, if you're looking for hole-in-one, it is the most viable way. Because anything that involves that hill and you having to land on the hill and then gravity will pull you back down to the cup. Whatever your trajectory's on there is a roll of the dice. You could get it right, you could get it wrong, you could be close, you could be far away. It's not a repeatable shot. So it's very difficult if you engage that hill to try and repeat the shot that you did over and over and over again. But you can see how flat the area is down there where the pin itself is at. And if you can just stay down in that flat area by doing that rough bump, see how close my opponent, they're going to be very close. They may have beat me. They did beat me. Excellent. Nice job. Nice shot. Good job. Crowd goes wild. Good job, dude. Let's see if they'll replay. Come on, man. Come on, you took my money. Let's roll. Come on, dude. Come on, Dan Dub. There you go. All right, we got somebody who wanted to replay. Look at that. Is it possible? We got Sunshine Glades, hole 7, par 4. We got the duck hole. And I'm having to burn some power 5s here today because I need to get some practice in to know how much topspin and what exactly it is we're doing on these holes. Switch this bag. I've got a little bit of headwind that I got to go against. I want to be right up into that range right there. So let's take the wind out, which is one ring. Then I'm going to put a little bit of curl on it, and I'm going to put some overpower on it to try and get me back into that spot. And I hit it one ring great to the left. And that was with max topspin. That was 4.5 topspin. And I'm just curious to see what 4.5 topspin rolls out. A little fast. But that's generally the idea, to get up into that spot. And I think maybe 3.5 topspin would probably be fine. Need to make some notes here. 3.5 topspin. And you can see where I ran in through there on this lower section. That was with the grate to the left. If I'd hit it perfect, it went right through. If I'd hit it great to the right, it probably would have skirted on the rough on the other side. So I'm not sure that I could add on any more curl. In the sand. This hole right here, this hole has ate my lunch. It's been in 2 tournaments, and both tournaments I've had some moments of like, wow, I tagged it. And then I've had some epic fails. And it has overall kicked my butt. I do not like the fact that the ball guide's appearing and disappearing. Hitting it perfect. In the cup. That's what I need to see in the tournament on every time I get to this hole is eagle. And the last 3 times I've been on this hole, I've seen birdie. I don't like that at all. It's like I woke up from a dream. See if my opponent can get in from there. They have a Malibu. I don't know where they're at in their club. Probably eking towards max 3/4. I'm never sure how people are doing wind adjustments when they do that. So I have no idea. It could go in the hole and it could not go in the hole. They think it's going to go in the hole if they hit it perfect. That's all that counts. 2 rings great to the right. And that was 2 full rings great to the right. Good game. See if they'll rematch us now that we're 1 up and I pulled out a 5 power ball to do that shot and was the D-bag. They probably will not oh, I can't believe it. They're willing to replay for the 3. Congratulations. Look at that. Good job, Dan. I was doing some Wikipedia research, and Pat Summerall went to he was an Arizona or Arkansas Razorback. Let's see if we can get ourselves up there with this wind. Give myself plenty of room here. Go right at it. I think we're supposed to be doing like a 10% here. So I'm going to do 1, 5, 1, 4. There's 1. There's about 1, 4. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get it in the cup. See if it's running out true. It's running out pretty true. If you hit that grate to the right, it will be a little short. If you hit it grate to the left, I'm not sure where it goes. I did catch one grate to the right, and it was same track, same stuff, but it was just a little short of the cup. So if you hit a grate to the left or the right and it ends up being short, don't make any changes. You got to see what it looks like when it's out of perfect because of this particular landing spot down here. If we come out to the left or the right, it could end up being different. A lot of holes, if we don't hit a perfect, the only thing that we can still be able to read from it to help us out the next time we get there is distance. But I think on this hole, and that's the risk right there, if you miss, if you're trying to do a rough bump in an area like that and you miss on this particular scenario, you miss to the right, you're in the fairway and you're going for a wild ride because you put that topspin and stuff on there to get yourself up to the cup. It's no good. This hole right here is an absolutely positively have to eagle every single time you come to it. It is a par 3 wrapped up in a par 4 box. And you have to get from the tee box to the green in the hole in 2 shots every single time you come here. You could do it 1. You could save yourself a step, but it has to be 2 or less. I've never hit a hole-in-one on this. I may have. I've hit 2 hole-in-ones on par 4s. And the first hole I remember and I'll never forget, but the second hole I can't remember. And there's several candidates, and I think it might have been this hole that I caught the hole-in-one on. Good game. Good luck. Thanks for replaying, dude. Good job. All right, we got 3 replays in, and with 1, that's fantastic. Got 1 more hole to play. Let me open up one of these chests, and we will go get that hole done, and then we'll be done for the day. I'm going to shoot a video tonight and shoot a video on the Kings of Golf and show where we're at as far as everybody going into the opening round. I think right now we have 33 of 48 that have already qualified. So we had a bunch of people that were in there today, a couple that were in their qualifying rounds right now. Whole goal would be to have 48 out of 48 qualified, but it'll probably be 45, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then my goal is to help everybody try and get into the weekend round. I want to see 45 people make the opener and 45 people make the weekend round. All right, we get to practice this hole again. All right. Add on 10%, so that's going to be 1.2. It's a 100% accurate club, so there's about 1.2. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself another look at a hole-in-one. Come on. In the hole. And this time I'm just off on the other side. Make up your mind, damn it. Low's turn. Let's check low out. They were at one point an expert. 128 million, 129 million won, 1,933 games. So they have been playing up. So what you do is take 955, take 128,649,000 and divide that by their wins. Divide that number by 2 and then divide it by their wins. And that'll tell you how much they've won on average for every win that they have. And that'll give you an indication of what tour they're playing towards. And typically, whatever the dollar figure is, they're playing the majority of their tours, their games in the tour above. Because you have a certain amount of games that you have to play just to get up into T7, just to get enough trophy count to open up the next tour. And so those ones right there will throw the math off. But that person's definitely been playing up towards T8. I think I have 225 million and I've got 4 times as many games as them. And they're not that far behind me. And I've never played any Tour 8. I've only played Tour 7 and below. So in order to have that kind of cash flow, they are definitely playing at least Tour 8. And that's where they're living. They're trying to stay up there because they're getting bigger chests with more club cards in every chest. I really think, though, the way to play that, if you're just trying to get cards, is to play Tour 7. Because Tour 7, you can play every hole with a Marlin. You don't ever have to bring out a bigger ball. And in Tour 7, we're at Max Club. I'm going to do, it's 1 per ring, so that's 3, 7. That's just 100% pull. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get in the cup. Just on the outside. Let's see which way I should have pulled. Maybe I should have did a 10% there, or I should have did an adjustment. It seems like it's down in the hole, and you can look back to the tee box, and you can see the tee box is uphill, so we're definitely downhill. And the way the wind's blowing, and which side I ended up on the cup, I guess not. I guess not. I can't even remember what I was talking about earlier. I got sidetracked with that shot. Had to focus for a second and wipe everything from my memory banks. Had to erase all the stuff that was in my RAM. I'm only halfway through my first cup of coffee, so give me a break. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Good game. All right, that was Wednesday's pin chest. Just going out there and playing some one-on-one, trying to get some of the tournament holes just to try and get in a little bit more practice. Take a look at those holes. There's still those 2 par 4s. I'm still working on them. I still haven't got them in my own game completely dialed in the way I like them. So still trying to get that done. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great tournament. Hopefully everybody gets qualified, and I will see you in the opening round.